Okay. We have dogs. We have. Wow, everybody is here. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I have got to share this day with you. It has been bizarre. But give me a second to pop out the chat so that I can look at you instead of turning down there and ignore the pooches because hopefully, since they got to go out 20 minutes ago, they won't bother us. I love you bunches. Hope, can you hear me? Tell me if you can hear me. Um, Walking the path. Namaste, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Ashley, I love you so much. And walking the path, I am going to give you a blue suit as soon as I figure out. There we go. So now you should be in a blue suit. And somebody left. I don't know who left. My day has been completely and utterly bamboozled. So last night, we had such a good energy going that when I went to bed, I didn't go to sleep. Sounds kind of familiar. And then from there, hubby got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Mindy, mwah! I am so glad to see you, young lady. We've missed you. Um, we had really bad wind up here that I didn't know about because the house never showed a sign. So the power was going off and on and off and on and off and on and off. And that was about 2 hours. My computer obviously went down, and I waited until power got settled, turned it back on, and it didn't want to come back on. It took forever, and then Windows was damaged. I do not have a Windows CD. Mimi! You made it, my love. Thank you. Which reminds me, I need to go and push the button up there. There we go. And then turn my music back on. Because Angela asked for bells tonight, so we have bells. Let's see, close that. Bring that back up. There we go. That's just so soothing. Pink Raid. Pink. Okay, Pink, you ready for this? Okay, I got to go up higher a bit. But ta-da, I can do it. Didn't want to stand up and try to do it because then you wouldn't have seen my head. So see, I can pat and rub. Vivian, blessings and welcome. Thank you for being here. Walter. Walking the Path is going to be starting his debut tomorrow, I believe, or Saturday. That should be a very interesting hello. He did do a quick video today to express what the channel's about. Hello, Brenda. Thank you, sweetheart. Blessings to you. Today's chain of events, like I said, was very interesting. The universe, Mother Nature was having her fit, so my power was off and on and off and on and off and on. And it may or may not have messed up my computer. I don't know yet. I will let you know, or well, I'll let somebody know anyway, because if I disappear for a day or so, you'll absolutely know that is why. We have a Pink raid. I love you, Pink, so very much. And a Mimi raid. I love you very much. And if you guys, I mean, pretty much everybody knows everybody, so you already know each other. And you probably already hooked up together. So I don't know why, but I feel like nervous now because Pink's. There's my Angela. I love you, sister. Mindy's here. She beat you. And there's your bells. So these are the singing bowls. And if you sit for just a second, close your eyes, and you breathe in through the nose, you want to put your tongue at the top. So your mouth goes like that. Here's where your teeth are. And then the gums kind of gum up, well, inside of the roof of the mouth come up here. And then here is this space that I guess if it would point behind the nose. And put the tip of your tongue there. It's a grounding technique we do in yoga, in different martial arts. It's for keeping the energy channels flowing. If you've ever studied Chinese medicine, traditional Chinese medicine. Hello, OG. How are you, son? It talks about the energy meridians in the body. If you've ever had acupuncture, that's what they're tapping into with their little needles. And the needle goes in and they will twist it clockwise if they want to add some energy. But if it's a problem where there's too much energy, they'll twist it counterclockwise to pull that out. So that is the whole acupuncture in a nutshell. I am petrified of needles, Mimi, but I've had acupuncture done several times. Doesn't hurt. And, and even though they say it doesn't hurt, it was like, not sure about that. Yes. I ground all the time. And then sometimes I ground my kids. That was supposed to be funny. My only kids are these guys who are start talking to you. This begins. And look at that face. And then she's going to come up. Just wait till she does. They also call it earthing. If you go outside barefoot on the grass, and there's a reason behind that, okay? So to explain, the bells are a frequency, right? Everything in life is a frequency. The tone of our voice is a frequency. We hear various sounds. It modulates in different frequencies. Some people who have that really high voice, it's kind of annoying. That's a frequency. It's a grating frequency, but it's still a frequency. Sound is frequency. And you can see it in a sine wave, right? Or sometimes you'll see it in a jag. It just depends on how short or how long the wave is. Also, two frequencies of the brain. So our brain, we have high beta, then alpha. Alpha is calm. We could just chill, sit back with a good book. Oh, everybody that's here, please cross your ankles. I'll tell you about that too. Then after alpha, we go into theta, which theta is like self-hypnosis, hypnosis, preliminary into dreaming sleep. And then delta is hard sleep. And there's dreams there, but usually we're not always aware of the dreams. REM will happen in delta. And then you have high gamma. And high gamma actually presents itself above beta, where beta is stress. beta is our waking life, and oh my goodness, I'm going to be late for my live stream, and I'm on the phone, and I got to go. That kind of stuff. Did you know that you can create stress in your body just by thought? And your body can't tell the difference that moment that you had that stress and you thinking the thought that brought the stress back up. It's still stress. And during that well, we're going to have to work on that, Mimi. Stress is not good. The human body cannot survive for long periods of time under stress. But we are a society of stress. Get up in the morning, you're already under stress. I've got to go make the coffee. I got to go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, get dressed. I'm late for work. The kids got to get out to school. Got to make the lunches. Da 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 da. And we place upon ourselves, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. It leads to disease. Simple example would be a deer out in the woods grazing and eating grass, and along comes some wolves, a couple wolves, one wolf, whatever. And then the wolf gives chase. Well, of course, the deer who was in the process of eating all of a sudden goes into panic mode. Its eyes dilate, gets really large because now it's got to pay attention to everything and see where it's going, and it takes off running. The lungs expand, the heart begins to pump blood to the extremities. For us, it would be our arms and legs. It shunts it away from this whole entire area of our body, other than, lungs and heart, because we have to be able to breathe to run away from that, oh my goodness, saber-toothed tiger. But when that deer is able to jump across the creek and get away from the wolf within a minute or less, it goes back to grazing again. Its body now relaxes and goes back into normal state of affairs, no longer in stress. We don't do that. And that's where diseases come from. Not only because we sit here and think, well, I did a stupid move. Why did I do that? And we berate ourselves. But just I've got to perform. And even as a YouTuber, I have learned, because when I would do things for Pink, I was always getting on my own case. Pink didn't have to try to get there, be there on time, take care of this, help that. And then when I was doing it for myself now, it's like, it's worse. So to see progressive, prosperous, what's the word I want? Experienced, well put together channels. I know that you guys have got all this stuff that you're going through in the background, but when you're up on the screen, it's smooth as silk. Maybe a few hiccups here and there, but you guys are amazing with how you present it. It looks so easy. I want this channel to be my authentic self. I want to support community, like I've learned from Pink and from OG and Mimi, and others that I've come to know through you guys. But I want to be truthful to me and to my heart. So I talk about things that I have studied for literally over 50 years. And so I bring that to the table. And it's all really on a spiritual nature, but there's the holistic aspect, because I'm a certified herbal specialist and an aromatherapist. I do a whole ton of stuff, and I love it. And so you guys, like Mimi saying about the research on the infants and stuff, I literally calmly try to, grab my coffee or cup of tea, come in here, sit down, and in the morning, dogs know, they don't always listen, but they know I get my coffee first, then they get to feed. And I start researching. Or maybe I've picked something to learn and I will learn on that. Or working on various things. So I get stress very well. But hello, Mama. Love you, lady. Thank you for being here. Yesterday we spoke about how my experience with the chiropractor yesterday made me aware that I still have 3 real traumatic experiences that are locked in my body, in my energy field, that even bringing it up to the chiropractor, because I was being open and honest with him about my past, that I got emotional and my skin, if you've ever been out in the sun and the heat makes your skin prickle, that's what I was experiencing, was that prickliness. Not the heat part, but just the prickly. And so I worked a little bit on that yesterday, and then again, in my not being able to sleep and sleep time, I worked on that again today. And I find that while I discuss with you these different states of being, that it's not bringing up the energy of the past, the incident, which is a good thing, but I can tell my breath has shortened. So we talked about the earthing and the grounding, and that's very crucial in keeping us grounded, to keep us fully in our body. Yes, mindfulness, awareness, self-awareness. You need to be self-aware, like listening to your own language. If you speak in a way that all of a sudden it's, why did I say that? You catch in midstream and you're able to correct it. But if you continue to speak and follow that pathway, right? The energy of that, you don't quite comprehend how you are setting up your own traps. Crossing your ankles. Is anybody familiar? I know a few because we talked about it yesterday, but anybody familiar with what they called mind gymnastics, or brain gymnastics, actually? Child, stop. Where's Pip? What are you doing? In your hole. Go on, in the hole. Thank you. Brain gymnastics are a series of exercises that are geared towards engaging both hemispheres of the brain alternately, as well as in synchronization. By your crossing your ankles, 3 to 5 minutes will lower heart rate, will synchronize both hemispheres of the brain together, so you learn better, retain more, but it also brings about a lovely state of calm. The exercise that I was having people do is cross your hands and stick the thumbs down and then clasp them and then bring them this way. And with your ankles crossed and your arms like this, and just sit back. You could watch a video that you're trying to learn. Of course, so it makes it difficult to take notes. But if you just wanted to listen to some bells ring. And they feel that that action, 3 to 5 minutes, is all it takes. A lot to do, excuse me, that was 2 thoughts coming across at once. Benefits in decreasing stress hormones. To realize that you produce 1,300 different chemicals in your body that your body can become addicted to when you hit stress. Not because you like being stressed or that it feels good, but the body still becomes just like somebody who takes a drug that is not good for them. They can still be addicted to it. So, on the contrary of that, we produce 1,200 chemicals when we're in a positive state, in a healing state. And that benefits your immune system. Taking 10 minutes to listen to something like these bells. I don't know if you can hear them, if I got them up loud enough or not, but 10 minutes, crossing your ankles, you can cross your arms just this way, lean back and close your eyes, will help your body to combat all those stressful chemicals that damage your kidneys and your liver and the digestive tract, and it makes it hard for you to digest your food or assimilate your nutrients. Absolutely, Mindy. The kids, if you can get the kids to cross their ankles while they're doing anything, it will help their brains to pay attention, to synchronize both hemispheres. The synapses. Oh, here's fascinating for the excuse me. And of course, I'm out of tea. There we go. Mindy, I really wish you would have been here last night, so I'm going to give this to you. Knowing that our brain matter, right? We always hear you only use 10% of your brain, which is a misnomer, because there is only 10% of the brain that hold the neurons, right? It's the neurons that we're thinking with. The gray matter is just the support structure, along with a few other things. The glial cells in there, which help to create chemicals and et cetera, et cetera. So you have 100 billion neurons. And one neuron will have 10,000 to 40,000 connections. And I'm going to set it up probably this weekend to do a showing of a small slide where you can see the live connections going on and how they connect, and then to see the information, the chemicals that carry the information going through the neurons, through the connections. It is so awesome. Excuse me. I love the brain, Mimi. I've been studying the brain since, well, I'd have to say since 2004, 2005. My grandmother, she had dementia. I didn't have a lot of interaction with her. She was far away, and I was really far away. But I would come up and see her, and I kind of, her and my mother did not get along. My mom didn't respond to my grandmother's illness. Then my mother in 2004 contracted the West Nile virus, which attacked her brain. And so I watched her lose 20 years of her life in 8 hours. She thought my grandmother was still alive, and was confusing things that my grandmother had emailed her. My grandmother never touched a computer, ever. The man that she had been partner with for 19 years had died in 2002, Christmas, and she thought he was still alive. So when I drove from here to California to take care of her, and I met with her doctor, who was a octogenarian, I think they called him, or gerontologist, I don't remember. I don't remember the term. All I know is I did not like the man, and I fired him. He wouldn't listen to what I was suggesting. When I talked to my mom, I could tell what was going on, and I knew that she had had bilateral carotid surgery a number of years before, and the stents that they had put in had already clogged once before, so she had to go in and get them cleaned. And I thought that what she was experiencing was not mental decline, because he was just attributing it to old age. She wasn't that old. I don't even think she was 70 yet. I don't remember exactly her age, but it was just ridiculous. Long story short, I got rid of him. I took her to another doctor who the universe provides. You know, Divine came in. She had already had the presence of mind that something was wrong, and made an appointment with a doctor that she really liked. But it was a month or 2 months away. They didn't have anything immediate. So this was going on. I had just arrived August 4th of 2004, or August 5th, and took her to the doctor on the following Monday, which would have been like the 7th, 8th, and then had to bring her back again a few days later, and that was the last time I took her. And then I get a phone call from the doctor that she didn't have an appointment for 2 months, who said we have an opening, and I took her right in. And then I told him what was up, that I felt it was vascular dementia, because she had had this already history going on and stuff, and I wanted a brain scan. I wanted them to take a look. And he listened to me. And then they did the brain scan, and he said, you were right. But what she's got is West Nile encephalitis. Her brain was swelling. So that's what put me on the path of learning everything I could about the brain, just to try and comprehend, and now I know so much more than I did then. Who knows? I have seen people heal themselves of being paralyzed from the neck down. If you want to go research, Morris Goodman, he's considered the miracle man. And then Dr. Joe Dispenza, who was hit by a truck during a triathlon while he was on the bike, and that took him out in 1986. And he walks and teaches all over the world. He's brilliant. He ended up going back to school, getting another degree, and yada, yada, yada. So pretty much this diatribe is about you're not alone, and you were given the ability. And because I claim that my channel is non-denominational, whatever, whoever, doesn't matter. It all comes from the same source. We just all have different names for it. So if it's God that's directed you, he placed it in you, the ability to do this. You have the ability. It was already a gift. It was already placed in your hands to do these things. It's just knowing and believing in your heart that you can. So getting that heart and brain synchronization goes on. If you hold an object, not object exactly, your first child, firstborn, your mom, your dad, somebody that when you think of them, it makes your heart swell. You hold that for 5 minutes, however long, and then just piggyback, blessing the planet, blessing your neighborhood, blessing your family, each member of the family with that same love. It's the best way to pray for love, pray for healing for somebody, is give them that love. Because when their heart swells with love, they can do amazing things. Get rid of the fear, no longer being afraid of a disease that somebody claims they have. Dr. Joe is so amazing to watch these people, and he'll share the brain scans and see that somebody who came with MS and had the scars, the scar tissue on the brain, and then at the end of the 5-7 days, they would do another scan, and at least half, if not more, of those scar tissues were already gone. The brain is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So, we're not alone. We have our family with us, both physically here and those that have gone on before us. We have angels. We can call on the angels anytime. We can trust and have faith that the Creator is with us always. And that trust and faith can move mountains. And sometimes we're that mountain that we got to move. So let's take our minute and just cross your ankles if you haven't already. Go ahead and tap into your heart. And if you are of a mind, I love Master Ko's tapping to become aware of our connection to heaven from the crown. And inhale through your nose. Remember to keep the tongue at the roof of your mouth, not stuck up in the middle, but at that one spot. For me, I'll start at the ridge behind the teeth and lightly trail up, and then I will come to a spot and I will feel or taste, almost like I don't know what to describe it. Sometimes it's like, if you ever put a piece of foil in your mouth, that funny tinny taste. But when I touch that, I automatically feel here. And in the traditional Chinese medicine, when we talk about the meridians, acupuncture, you have what's called the governing meridian that begins here and goes up this way. And then the other one comes down here and goes down, and they meet. So breathe in through your nose, nice, easy. And hold. And let go, nice exhale. Hold and breathe in. And hold. Exhale. Hold. And then inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And just relax. Excuse me. And while you sit in this sacred space, this place of love in your heart, think of your children, your friends, your family. We have so many people that are part of our family that are not even blood. Blood is not what makes us family. Our souls are what make us family. Share the love with your neighborhood, your city, town. Let it just flow. Imagine a wave, like the frequency of the bell and how it vibrates. Let that wave just carry out. Think loving, peace, kindness, compassion. All these things that we know we carry in our heart. Let that move out across the country, across the continent. Let it move on across the oceans until you have covered the planet in this dream of humanity, this dream of peace on earth. Of community, heart to heart, and soul to soul. We are one. Blessings come to all. Mary says hi. Be unafraid. Be fully convicted in your heart with the love and compassion for your own self. Be generous and love you. How are we feeling? Hello to the sisters if you're still out there. I love you. Sending healing energy to Peter. Your heart, your energy, your soul makes the difference. You bless me so much. You have no idea. I had no idea. Pink, thank you for teaching me this, giving me the courage. I owe it all to you, or I blame it all on you. But I love you, Pink, wherever you are. And I love my children and my brothers and my sisters. Thank you. And the best thing you can do is, if there was anything of value in this, one small sliver, share it. The more you share, the more awareness grows. And hopefully Angela hasn't fallen asleep. I wanted to know if the bells were good. I like these. They kind of make me just ride that wave. I figured. Mindy, do you have a bathtub? Okay. Fill your bathtub up with hot water. We're not trying to bake lobster here or boil lobster, so not that hot. But it needs to be able to stay comfortable for you for, 15, 20 minutes. And then you want it to be so that you can slide down into the tub. You want the water to come up above the ear here. The ears need to be under the water. Hey. Hold on. Hold that thought. Please do. I was going to ask you to. So anyway, you hunker down into the water and then you tone. It doesn't matter what tone, you are going to gravitate to that which you need to do. Okay? Now, every organ in the body, and then if you are into the energy centers and the fields of the body, all resonate to specific tones. You could play on a piano and the body will respond. I need to remember to make a printout for everybody so that you can see which organ, because like there's the Chinese organ clock, which tells you if you're waking up between 1 and 3 a.m., that is your liver. If you're waking up between 3 and 5 a.m., that's your kidneys, or no, lungs, excuse me. And that's the time that the organ goes through and does its maintenance. And so it's really good to be as calm as you can, and just relax. But if you're waking up, that's a signal that, there probably is an imbalance. Anyway, I'm segueing, and I apologize for that, squirrel. So you hunker down into the tub and you tone. Toning is just simply whatever you feel like doing. There is no rhyme or reason, and there's nothing right or wrong. And then from that, what you're going to do, what happens is that you are creating, because the vibrations here from your throat, the larynx, and your lungs, air is also, vibrates. So you are sending this vibration through the water. So it's going to ripple across in the tub, hit the sides of the tub, and then it's going to ripple back, and it's going to go right through you. It will scrub all the cells in your body, 50 trillion cells, hello. And so by scrubbing out, it literally is doing this. And the reason why I say just tone whatever, because your body's going to kind of guide you without you ever having the connection, the mental connection. I'm going to do C sharp now. That you can, sorry, segue for silliness. But you can tone it. It will help your heart, your lungs, your whatever. And you just keep doing that. You hold it as long as you can. You sustain the note. It doesn't have to be loud. You can do a nice, you're still making the vibrations. Or you could do operatic if you wanted. And you'll do this for about 15 minutes. You may do the same note 3 or 4 times, and then you have the impulse to go lower or to go higher or to go, a step or even a higher step up. You could do an octave, and that would alter where it's working in the body. But by the time you get done doing the toning in the tub, you will be so relaxed, so just pour me in bed and pull the covers up and say goodnight, nurse. You can meditate then. You could read a book or watch a comedy. I would never watch anything that's stressful. No news, that's for certain. You should never watch the news before bedtime. But doing that regularly lowers the stress hormones, lowers blood pressure, lowers heart rate, lowers brainwave frequency. It is just a soothing bath. And you could add, if you wanted to, like some frankincense in the water or a little lavender in the water, essential oils, not perfume, because most of those have chemicals in it. And doing that will help you, further the experience. I do recommend, if you add essential oils, that you add that in the beginning, and you put that where the water is pouring in, so that the concussion of the water filling the tub is going to disperse and also break up the particles to make them smaller, so that they will disperse better in the water. And that's all you got to do. Dry off, climb in bed, and just be. You will feel amazing the next day. And so Walking the Path has dropped his link. Please go check him out. He will be doing Talking the Path with, or no, what is it? Come on, I wrote it down. Come on. Oh, come on, Paul, help me out here, because I forgot. We're doing the Spirit Talk with Paul and Soul, but I thought there was another that we said. And then I'm doing Coffee, Tea, and Soul. And I think I'm going to do Tuesdays for Coffee, Tea, and Soul. And then on Wednesdays, I think, is what we were talking about for Walking the Path. It was... did I put Talking the Walk down here? Child, Walking the Path is the name of the channel. All right, well, clearly that was the only thing I ever received. But definitely try that, Mindy. And, I know some people don't drink. Jesus turned water into wine. What's that tell you? A glass of wine, actually red wine, is good for your heart. Path chat. Gotcha. Thank you. But a cup of tea, chamomile. Do not do green tea before bed. or black tea, really. But chamomile tea, chamomile is antispasmodic. It's good for the stomach, for digestion. It's great for babies. Mimi was talking about babies. Um, Putting a little bit of chamomile tea in milk, and I'm an advocate for goat's milk for children for their formulas. I don't believe it's any more expensive than buying the junk that they sell. No babies need soy. Soy is genetically modified. It's also an estrogenic, and they always tell you that's one of the first things that you do not consume if you have breast cancer, because it creates breast cancer. And little boys don't need estrogen. I mean, they do to a degree, but you know what I mean. So my youngest grandson was raised on goat's milk, and he's a big boy. Uh, but yeah, so the chamomile would be good. And then, of course, if you really want to knock yourself out, chamomile with valerian root. And if you get milk thistle and you want to do a cleanse for your liver, milk thistle's tea you can find. I think I've seen it at HEB. I don't think I've ever seen it at Walmart. But health food stores, go to a health food store. There's a really good one out here, Mindy, on 105, close to Conroe, just past April Sound, going towards Conroe, called Healthy Living. I love the people there. They're wonderful. I'm going to see about maybe having them on one of our days, Coffee, Tea, and Soul, if she'd be willing to do kind of an interview chat with me. That would be nice. I would like to do that for her. There is a world of natural things that we could be doing for our bodies that the divine created. Father, Mother, God, the great creator, source energy, the universe, God. And we're going to do a chat one of these days, walking the path, because I have a book that I want to write that's God's name is Bob. And I think that might be a good little couple episode type thing to chat about and bring up different people to get points of view. There is a Rabbi Friedman that is a delight, very learned, very well spoken, gentle, pleasant with this beard and smile, and he brings up some of the old stories, but he tells them in a way that makes more sense. That was my biggest thing when I was in Sunday school, was I'd ask questions and get pushed away because they couldn't answer the question. Or wouldn't, one or the other. So, look up Rabbi. I don't remember it's 3 words. It's Rabbi something Friedman, Friedman. And he's worth a listen to. Another point of view to look at, more information. He talks about the original writings in the original languages, and it's just really informative. And then again, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and for a completely different look at biology, Dr. Bruce Lipton. Think of Lipton iced tea. I found Dr. Bruce, oh goodness. Let's see, it was 2005 that I found Dr. Joe on The Secret, but I didn't get into him then. I got into Dr. Bruce, and then I got into Dr. Joe. Anyway, Dr. Bruce talks about genetics and epigenetics, and he breaks the whole thing down. And so we aren't just a body, we're a community of cells, and these cells talk to one another. There is a language that they speak, and they talk to one another. This was brought out at a science, where a group of scientists convention in Florida back in 2006. And Spirit told me about it before I even found out, and it was like, oh wow, I was at an event. I would take out the second the, children of the sun and moon. That I like. That's one of my most favorite little poems, was that the sun, I know I don't remember it word for word, but the sun so dearly loved the moon that it died every day just so the moon could shine. Can't think of anything else. Nobody's needling me. Nobody's coming up. I think it's a good night. Yeah, I do like Children of the Sun and Moon. Because the sun and moon's children doesn't fit. Who knows? I might be able to even convince Rabbi Friedman to come talk one day on Walking the Path, or on Spirit Talk. That might be interesting. It would be a good idea to set it up. Of course, I'd have to finish organizing my craft room here. That's a complete utter explosion because I was trying to find some books that I couldn't find, and then I found them in another room. It's like, oh, that's why I couldn't find them. And I need to go and spend some money and buy me some storage kind of things so I can put everything in its place. It's driving me mad. So, Walking the Path, do you think, I don't know why I keep saying Walking the Path, I guess I just want the name out there. Paul, do you think that you'll be able to go live tomorrow evening, or, so I don't remember what time you created today. I'm interested to see what your first, drum roll please, show is going to be. And if anybody has any requests for tomorrow, I love the bells. Thank you, Angela. I know what, it just popped up. So for anybody that's coming tomorrow, or tomorrow night's stream, bring a bottle of water, an unopened bottle of, I would recommend, what is that Texas water one called? Don't get Dasani. You want spring water. What it is, it needs to be spring water, not purified water or distilled water or filtered water. You want spring water. Okay, we can talk about that maybe in the morning. If the Uncle Paul is if you're going to go there, maybe to talk about the channel, or we could go to Uncle Paul tonight and talk about the channel. But I do think that we are good. We have gone an hour, and this has been phenomenal. I don't know if you caught, Paul, that we had a visitor. Um, but I want to say I love you to everybody, and thank you. And if you're interested and open in hearing how other people walk their paths, go ahead and check out Walking the Path and join, subscribe, hit the button, hit that bell so that you'll be notified when he goes live again. Tomorrow is going to be the 30th day of the Silent Minute. And I think it will be the last consecutive stream. I think that it will end at 30. Doesn't mean that I'm going to stop holding space for that silent minute. And I may bring it up once a week. But I'm thinking that the Spirit Talk and the Coffee, Tea, and Soul is going to replace it. I am going to go through all of these videos, and I know that it's going to take me a little time to add to each one. What's that CC again? Closed captioning. I'm going to put the closed captioning on there. I might even do a corner of signing as I'm talking. Who knows? Put a little image up in the corner signing the words. That would be kind of fun. So I'm going to doctor up, and then I will play them, put them on the channel, and I'll cut off bits and pieces. Who knows? Some of them might be chopped into more than one video, part 1, part 2, part 3 kind of thing. Closed captioning, I have learned I have to manually input. So I think that's why tomorrow night is going to be the coda, so that we can move forward into what's coming next, because we got some change coming. There is stuff happening out there on the airwaves. I have coerced Paul into letting me paint him. We'll do a live either on the path or on the Coffee, Tea, and Soul, and I will sit with him and I will either watercolor or pastel his energetic field. We will see what comes up. And on that note, I am going to bid everybody a fond adieu. I love you. Thank you again. Thank you for putting up with my silliness. Though the Queen is over at Pink Motivation, and if you haven't checked Pink out, I think everybody here has. Please give her some love, because she's an awesome lady. Mitakawa Iwashin, walk in a beauty way. Mama, you were so quiet tonight. I did catch you on Facebook and hooked us up, and I guess I'm not closing because you've shown your smiling, beautiful face, so now I get to tell you things. Walking the Path is Paul, and he's got that new channel getting ready to hit the ground. I'm going to go ahead and either create a page. I think I'd like to do it just as a page. I'm not sure, but where you and Paul and I don't know who else yet, but we can use that as this is up and coming, this is our next discussion, this is, and have that all posted there in one spot, besides posting it on our main pages, obviously. um, my only thing is that the group would probably be better, but because then it takes it from being a page of mine, because I'm not wanting a page of mine. And so as I keep yammering here and going on about it, 555, aha, the angels are talking. Um, that I'll do the group. I will do a group, make it an open group. See, it just makes me like go crazy because an open group, people can't. Okay, cool. I will definitely be there with bells on. Yeah, see, I'm so torn. If I do the page, then it's attached to my page, but we can all post our upcoming videos, whether it is a video that we're doing or the subject matter, or asking people, what would you be interested in learning about this week? On Mama's channel or on either one of Paul's channels, and we could do that. So I guess we need some more discussion. I trust the universe. Mama, what's your favorite crystal? Do you like lapis? Is what I hear, but I'm thinking amethyst. You like malachite. Malachite, I love malachite, but it's not a good stone to wear. Do I have malachite? I know I've got the amethyst. I think I have some lapis. I know I have some seraphonite. Of course, rose quartz. I have this pretty little, she's not pink enough, but it's a lovely piece of rose quartz, rose quartz. Doesn't look like it in the light. I was getting ready to wire wrap that. Okay, I have carnelian. I have Apache tears. I don't think I have the calcite. I might. I will have to look. There is a rock place called Johnson's Rock Shop. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me, but it's like it's a perfect. It's an all-day thing, right? You go there, you bring your baskets and stuff, and I picked up a jar Oh, got you covered there, brother. That'll be fun. I've got a jar about yay big of the carnelian, and also one about the same size of the Apache tears. And I have black tourmaline. I do have that, and then lots of regular quartz, quartz points. Um, I had made a healing wand, and I used copper, and I just allowed it to direct me the way it wanted to be formed, and you use it for acupressure. So like putting on your meridians or on places that you're hurting, and I use Tesla's a bit of Tesla's technology, not electrics, just the formation of the coils and stuff, uh, and some other things. I have got some things that you probably never heard of, the Grabovoi numbers. Um, Let me write that down because I may not say it clear enough. I believe it's spelled that way. Um, there was a man, and cannot tell you his name because I haven't touched it in a few years, like 4 years. But I've got it all on my computer. And I did an experiment in one of the uh, Facebook groups I was in. People were looking for healing and stuff. So it's like, all right, I want volunteers. And, if you volunteer and promise to do what I tell you to do for X number of days, however many days it was, I would um, talk with them over what issues they had, what they wanted to work on, and pick maybe one or two of the issues. And then I would give them the series of numbers, and they had to do specific stuff with it. And every single person came back with some benefit from the experiment, which I thought was just phenomenal. Uh, I don't even know if I even saved that. I know I have their numbers and stuff that I created on my computer in my Google Docs. But that might be something fun to teach you and to experiment with. But tomorrow night with the water, bring a bottle of water, unopened water, no tap water, unless you have like a well. If you've got a well, then that shouldn't be a problem. Uh, Buddha, love you, Buddha baby. I don't know why I always want to say that. But yeah, so you bring the water, and I'm going to teach you a couple cool things to do. If you've got some of those, like Dollar Tree has them, those little shot cups, you can buy a pack for $1. You might want to get, hit Dollar Tree and bring a couple of those. I thought you were lurking, but I'm glad to see you. Um, but yeah, so we're gonna do a fun experiment, and this is going to be about energy awareness and about water, because I want to teach you how important water is. Um, I will. That means I will probably be spending in between the graphic arts that I'm doing. I have 3 projects I'm working on simultaneously. I can't speak. Simultaneously. Thank you. So I'm working on 3 projects, and I might have an opportunity for a couple more. I have a house that I need to let go of. Um, that's another story for another time. But I spoke to the young man that has a investment company that's talking about buying it, and they don't have a logo, so I might have that'll be cool. Uh, and on that note, let's see. So we know for a fact Tuesdays is going to be Coffee, Tea, and Soul. I'm thinking around 6:30 p.m. because that places it at the dinner time or after dinner for East Coast and Texas. Do not inhale saliva. But it makes it rough on West Coast and so I don't know. Didn't think about the West Coast and the mountainside. Well, I will just ask Mother Mary to tell me, and we'll see what she has to say. And so Coffee, Tea with Soul, and then the path talk, path chat with Walking the Path. And then on Wednesday, it was the Spirit Talk with Paul and Soul. And so some interesting things. So again, last time, water, bottle, or spring water or well water, and maybe three, maybe four. Like I said, just go to Dollar Tree and buy a packet for $1. I think you get 6 or 8. And then let's see. That's it. I'm good. Are we going to go over to Yankee Southerner and have a panel chat just for the heck of it? Oh, guess who's saying hello? There we go. Hello, baby. You missed Angela. You just won't look at yourself in the screen. You're over there. See that? That's you. That's you. Oh, my little Pip. You are such a little Pip. That's who's missing. Annie wasn't here tonight. Okay. Sounds good. I will then. Yeah, I got a big boy and a little girl. The yawn is a fake. She will yawn just so that she can get a lick in. But I love my little Pip. Even if you are so rotten. You gonna say goodnight? Want to say goodnight? No? Okay. Alrighty then. Thank you guys for being here, being my family, giving me those thumbs up. I am ecstatic for this path and this journey that we're taking together. And I look forward to new and interesting things. And anytime if you leave a comment in the comments, or even I guess on the discussion tab, I believe on the channel there, anybody can leave a message. Let me know and I will check into it and I will get back to you, whatever it is that you want to talk about. I am happy to do that. You too, Buddha. Namaste. Be blessed, sweet sister. Much love to you. Love to you, Paul. Love to you, Mama. And anybody else in the shadows, love you too. Mindy, I think you've gone to bed. I love you, sweetie. Thank you for being part of my family that knows what to want. Night all. Mitakoe washin. Walk in a beauty way.